Welcome back into Rounding Third Baseball, episode 361, presented by Rounding Third Media Network. Devers returns to Fenway Park. I'm Nick. We have Harrison tonight. How are we doing tonight, Harrison?
Fantastic, Nick. Been a pretty quiet week. Nothing really going on. Not much to talk about. So we'll see what happens tonight.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's not going to be very quiet around this neck of the woods this show, but you guys will see why in about 2 or 3 minutes. But first, make sure you follow and like us on Facebook. You can subscribe on YouTube. You can follow on Instagram, Rumble, and TikTok. You can also listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. We also have our affiliate sponsors, Logitech, MLB Shop, and Lids. You can find these links on the tops of all of our socials. So if you do any shopping with these companies, please use our links as we get a nice little kickback with no additional cost to you. Just a great way to support the show. We also have Rounding Third merch on Etsy. If you search Rounding 3RD Baseball, we have sweatshirts, t-shirts, tumblers. We have stuff with our new logo, stuff with our retro logo on there as well. So check us out on Etsy. All right. So I know I've been teasing it for a while here. We are going to introduce you to the members of the Rounding Third Media Network. We're hoping to get it kicked off in like full go next week. This is going to be absolutely incredible. I am going to bring these guys on one at a time, introduce them. Most of them you've probably seen before, either on our shows or we've been on theirs. But just formally introducing them to the team. So first, never in a million years did I think I'd team up with a Yankees fan, but somehow against my better judgment, here we are, coming from the NYMLB Talk Show. We have Chris. How we doing, Chris?
Doing good. How are you guys?
Good. Excited for this for sure.
Definitely.
Next up, we have the ultimate optimist cheering for a franchise that specializes in crushing optimism. He covers everything blue and orange, and he's the other half of NYMLB Talk. We have Rob. How are we doing, Rob?
Hey, guys. I'm doing great. How's everything going?
Pretty good.
I love the crushes optimism. That's perfect. That's perfect.
All right, this next guy, you've known him as Romantic About Baseball, but now he's the founder of the N9521 Braves podcast. He's the founder of Bullpen Sessions. He's been everywhere across the baseball metaverse, if you will. He knows everything there is to know about Atlanta baseball and baseball in general. Just don't ask him about the Braves right now. He, having a little tough go of it. But please welcome Jason. How are we doing, Jason?
What's up, guys? I am super excited to be here, and I cannot wait to work with Harrison.
Wow. All right. Look at that. I get some love right out of the gate. Mark 3 minutes and 44 seconds into the show, Nick. Mark that time for me.
Love it. Love it. And finally, our last guest has forgotten more baseball history than most of us will ever learn. He co-hosts the Braves podcast with Jason. We have, and longtime listener, follower, all of that. You guys know
way
him.
too many time caller for that matter.
Yeah, it is Michael Simpson. Oh, sporting the Rounding Third shirt. Love it. Look at that.
Now, for those of you who played Jeopardy, you would know him as Old Man Michael, because that is what we lovingly named him on the scoreboard.
This is true.
Nice. So this is part of the team. We still have other members of the team. As you will see us, start this network. We have Lorenzo, who's Big League Takes. You'll see him on the shows from time to time. We are all together on Clearing the Bases Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. That's an awesome, awesome time. Then we're going to have Nostalgic Baseball Geezer and Baseball History Dork do some writing for us on the webpage when we get that up and cranking. It is going to be absolutely incredible. You might even see them on the show at some point. But this is the start of something awesome. And I have to thank these guys for it, that they were like, yep, let's jump on board. Let's get this done. It's going to help us all. And it just gives us fans something to look forward to every night. So thank you, fellas. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right. Let's just jump right into it then. Ketel Marte, we're going to start off with. I know we've talked about him a little bit. He was spotted at a casino while the D-backs were playing. Torey Lovello used the word betrayal, but he kind of goes back on it and rebuttals it, saying, as long as he gets his work in, I don't care what he does, which I have feelings on. But he's on the 10-day IL, but his teammates are verbally frustrated. So what are your takes on this? Starting with Chris.
Yeah, this is an awful look for Marte here. I mean, you're talking about the best player on a team that's battling for a playoff spot, right? They're only 2 games out. You know, we're not talking about the Rockies or the Giants or, you know, any other team you want to put in that category. You know, you're talking about a team that's still in this, you know, pretty well, this playoff race here. And this guy, first he disappears, or, you know, you got Lovello getting all emotional on TV and, you know, in his press conference or interview. So, yeah, this doesn't look good. And now his players are against it. So I'm guessing he's going to get traded in the offseason. But I'm curious to see what team is going to want to take him on because of what's going on here. So that's what I'm going to be curious to see this offseason.
Yeah. Rob?
What team is going to gamble with taking him on?
I like what you did there.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You know,
No pun intended.
it's crazy. Was he channeling his inner Pete Rose? What is going on with this guy? Was he at the casino while he was supposed to be at the ballpark? I mean, it's just crazy. And, you know, if he's at the casino during a game or not during the game, there's a big problem right now with betting in baseball. You know, baseball who won't let Shoeless Joe Jackson in the Hall of Fame or Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame. I mean, they were reinstated, right? Both dead, but it's crazy. And if I was his teammate, I'd be pissed off too.
Yeah. Jason?
Yeah, I think in this case and in the discussion I'm sure we'll have on Devers, there's a severe lack of self-awareness with some of these players and not being able to read the room, you know, and this was just – and look, what Lovello said originally is probably his actual feelings, but then you got to go do the PR thing and you got to try to walk back some statements because you got to keep everything professional. But I think the real feelings are coming out in some of these interviews. You can tell the players are not happy. And to Chris's point, this is a team in the postseason hunt. This is a team that's trying to lock down a playoff spot, and this is just a terrible look. Like everybody else said, now look, he's talented. If they do trade him, somebody will take a chance. Somebody will take a chance on him. But I mean, it's just a horrible look and a complete lack of self-awareness.
Yeah, Michael.
Weren't you begging for him to be on your Red Sox?
I was. I have recently pulled that back quite a bit.
I can think of another team who would take this kind of a team cancer. I believe they are in San Diego. I could see them taking something like this on because of the rest of the dumpster fire that is the Padres.
Fair enough. Harrison.
I mean, just to quickly recap what everybody said, because I agree here. Look, he's on the 10-day IL. Once his work is done, he's free to be a grown man and do what he wants. However, like Jason said, have enough self-awareness to realize that this is a terrible look for a guy who's already in a terrible spot. The fans already think you're a tool. Your teammates already have been questioning all year your commitment with your necessary days off and strolling in late and kind of doing whatever you want. This is not the look you need, not the attention you need right now. And honestly, like if I'm the Athletics, I want to pair him and CJ Abrams in the middle of my infield when I get to Vegas. You know, we'll turn a 6-4-3 trifecta out there. Like, forget about it. This is exactly the kind of guy you want to bring to Vegas with you.
Yeah, I'm sure. Then him and Abrams both show up late the next day. Yeah, love it. I'm shopping for a new favorite player at this point. I hate it. I love this guy. I've said it the last few shows. I love this guy on the field. What he brings, immense talent, both sides of the plate. I could watch this guy hit right-handed all day long. But yeah, the Mets will trade for him, Mike Reed, no doubt. It's hard. It is tough, and it sucks that the teammates are now, thinking that they have to come out and say something about it when they really shouldn't. They should be focused on winning games to get to the playoffs, like everyone's point. So just brutal.
Curtis, he doesn't care about spades, clubs, hearts, or diamondbacks.
Wow.
Doesn't care about any of the suits.
That's good.
Oh my
And
god.
this is an
brutal.
interesting point too in the chat from Greg. It's the point my reaction is that's it. Like it's frustrating, doesn't even register anymore. And I guess to kind of throw this question at you guys, what is there a line anymore? Like is in the world we live in now with these athletes, like is there even a line anymore? Or is it just a free for all? These guys can just do whatever the hell they want because nobody seems to really care but the fans.
Well, you do have it
point.
right here. It says the teammates now are verbally frustrated. So, and I think they are. They got to be frustrated because, like we've been saying, like this is a team that's fighting for a playoff spot, and they know, obviously, with Marte in the lineup, they're going to have a better shot at winning games to get into the playoffs. So, I'm sure they're not happy about it, but they're kind of at that spot. Like, what do you do? Do you suspend them? Do you tell them, all right, just stay home? We don't need you. Right? I don't know what the team could do. Right? Suspend them for the rest of the season. I don't think they want to do that because they're in a playoff hunt. Maybe if they were a team that wasn't fighting for a spot, like let's say if it was Colorado, Oakland, the A's, like maybe they would just send them home and say, you know what, we'll see you next year at spring training. So I don't know.
I wish I was a fly on the wall in that meeting that took him off the restricted list, because essentially that's what the restricted list was, hey, we're just not going to pay you until we decide that you can come back. So I don't know what Marte said in the meeting for them to be like, okay, let's try this again. I don't know. And then you just go and pull this the next day. I'm just like, it's crazy. But yeah, I don't know. Lovello did come back and he said, he's on the 10-day IL. He did show up to his rehab, and then he's free to do whatever he wants the rest of the day. But it's insensitive for sure. Rob, did you have something to add?
I'm just thinking that it's these players nowadays. You're right. Is there a line? It seems like a lot of them just don't care, and they just do whatever they want. They don't think about the consequences. And is the players and then the players union jumps in, of course, eventually, and sticks up for the players. So you'll never hear them say anything about the player, go against the player. So this stuff's just going to keep happening. I mean, unless they make an example out of somebody.
Right. Well, they had the chance with Class A and Ortiz and all that, but I mean, it's the MLB, so
Right.
Whatever. All right. Let's move on to Rafael Devers' return to Fenway Park. First at bat, I was expecting a lot more boos than he got. It was very mixed. I mean, he did spend 9 years here, so I get part of that. The way he left was not great, but he does hit an absolute missile to center field in his second at bat for a home run. What was your guys' overall feeling about Devers returning to Fenway, and if you saw the clip and reaction? We'll start with Michael.
I didn't see the clip. I'm shocked that there was actually any cheers at all because he was not loved by the end of his tenure there in Boston. It kind of shocks me that there was any cheers at all, really.
Yeah. Jason?
Yeah, same. I saw the clip. I was very surprised, but when you say, you mentioned 9 years, I mean, there's something there. If you're a fan of the same guy, you've been cheering him for 9 years, I could see, maybe, but I mean, the exit just seemed to erase all that. So, yeah, I mean, the main Red Sox fan I know is on this show here. So, judging by what you were saying, I'm very surprised. I am extremely surprised by any amount of cheers at all.
Yeah. Rob?
There's always going to be cheers and boos no matter what, right? There's always going to be a handful. If the stadium's full, there's always going to be a handful of people who still love the guy no matter what. So, I wasn't shocked, really. I've seen it. Remember, I'm the old guy on this, in this network now, so I've seen it all.
Fair enough. Chris?
Yeah, I think the fans that cheered probably kind of took it as, hey, you know what? Both sides in the Devers drama, whatever you want to say, both sides did not do the right thing, right? I think the team didn't do the right thing, and he didn't do the right thing, right? He could have said, hey, listen, I'll play first. If that's what you want, I'll do it. And on the other side, like, they should have approached him, since he is, their third baseman on the team with this big contract. They should have approached him and say, listen, we're going to sign, what was it? Bregman, right?
Bregman.
We're
Yep.
going to sign Bregman, and we want him to play third. Would you be willing to play first, in this situation? At least bring it up to him. Don't just sign Bregman and say, grab a glove, or you don't have to be in the field anymore because we don't trust you, or we're good at third now, So I think
Right.
both sides could have done better. He could have said, hey, listen, I'm up for it. I'll play first. I'll catch for you, whatever. So I think the fans that cheered were the ones that like, hey, you know what? Everybody screwed that up. Let's just appreciate his 9 years here. We won a World Series here with him. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah, fair enough. Harrison.
Yeah, I think, as a Red Sox fan, here in New England, the reaction to Rafael Devers being mixed doesn't really surprise me. I saw this going a couple of ways. I saw him either getting a lot of cheers in his first at bat, kind of like a thank you for what he did here, and then kind of mercilessly booing him after that. You get your one freebie for us to thank you for what you did, but after that, now you're the competition and you're going to hear what you normally hear. Or I saw this being just boos out of the gate because of the bad taste from the last couple of years of him. So I'm not shocked there were cheers. I'm surprised that it was so mixed. I would have thought it would have gone one way or the other, depending on how you wanted to greet him. But I think there's a lot of fans in Boston that wanted to appreciate him. A lot of fans that just can't get over what happened the last couple of years. The way he kind of quit on this team, the way he refused to move, the way he refused to mature with this organization, I think leaves a bad taste in a lot of fans' mouths. So I totally get both sides of it. And we've seen that in other New England sports, where players will come back. They'll, I remember back to the days like when Nomar came back, he got a standing ovation, and then he got booed mercilessly the rest of the series. That's how New England sports fans are. We've seen it with the Celtics and Bruins and Patriots too. So, again, like to Chris's point, the Red Sox didn't handle this great. Rafael Devers proved he's as immature as we feared. And to be honest, I think the other hard part too is the fact that the Giants and Devers are kind of irrelevant in the MLB landscape. So there's not really any reason to put a lot of energy into your reaction to him because it just kind of doesn't matter.
Yeah. Curtis says, just look at your ex and think. That's my response. Some good times, some bad times. Yeah, that's fair. Mike says the response was what I expected. Yeah. I obviously the way he left town was awful, right? Very immature. But to everyone's point, the whole situation was not handled in the best way. It was Harrison and I described it as the Nomar situation 2.0, right? Because it was the Red Sox trying to get Alex Rodriguez into Boston. That fell through, but that's where Nomar started to get disgruntled. It was kind of the same thing with Devers and the signing with Bregman. So the response, typical Boston response, I think, but mixed. I was fine with it. And I'm glad Devers got his moment too to kind of throw it back in the Red Sox face by hitting that bomb to center field. So it's done. It's over with. Rafael Devers' chapter is closed, and we can move on. But he did have some big clutch moments for the Red Sox at times. So,
and he absolutely owned Garrett Cole and the Yankees. Like,
yeah,
yes,
I'm pretty sure Garrett Cole sends him a Father's Day card every year.
Trust me, I had
sure.
no problem with him going to the Giants. I was actually very happy.
Yeah. Yankees fans were very happy to see that trade go down.
Yeah, he was Ortiz part 2.
Yeah.
I mean,
Greg
he would hit balls off his shoe tops out of there, and it was just like, how?
Crazy.
Yes.
Greg says the Red Sox front office could have handled it better, but Devers' response to the poor handling of it told us what we all needed to know, and that's fair.
Well,
All
and
right.
think about it too. Like the Red Sox, they traded Mookie Betts, they let Xander Bogaerts walk. You picked Rafael Devers out of the three of those to be the guy you were gonna push to the front of the pack and become the face of the franchise, and that absolutely imploded very publicly in a pretty awful way.
Yep. All right, sticking with the Red Sox, Sonny Gray wins his 16th game of the season. He ties Christopher Sanchez for the league lead, the MLB league. Is it a two-man race for the Cy Young between him and Cam Schlittler? And we'll start with the Yankees guy here.
I think Cease has to be mentioned here too, right? I think it's a three-man battle for Cy Young. Listen, if you want to go for straight out wins, yeah, Sonny Gray's your guy. But if you want to get into the ERA plus and all that stuff, then it becomes like a battle between Schlittler and Cease. But I think it's a three-man race here. I don't think it's two. I think you got three pitchers here that could easily win it, right? Because Cease had a no-hitter yesterday against the Yankees, right? He went into the seventh with a no-hitter, so pretty amazing. But yeah, I think it's a three-man race. Any guy could win it. I don't think. I mean, is Schlittler the favorite? I think the betting favorite, yeah, but I could easily see Sonny Gray win it. I mean, he just wins.
Yeah. Yep. Rob?
Yeah. Right now I have to give Sonny Gray the edge, which is amazing considering what he was when he was on the Yankees. I mean, he's come a long way, that's for sure. Schlittler's right there and Cease is. So it's going to come down to the, final months of the season. But right now I would give Sonny Gray I'll put him on top. I'm really amazed at what he's done this year. Like I said, seeing him play on the Yankees and prior seasons, I did not see this coming.
Yeah. Jason?
Yeah, I do think, like Chris said, I do think you have to throw Cease into the mix, but I think Schlittler for me is the odds on right now. And I was just glancing at the numbers. I mean, it's not a lot of separation in the numbers if you're just going by that. The only thing I could pick out, Schlittler does have a slight advantage in whip, which I like whip myself, but that didn't come out right. I like the stat whip.
You, Jason.
Let me clarify that. Yeah, but I think Schlittler is the odds-on favorite. I don't think it ever hurts to play for the Yankees when it comes down to award season, but his numbers are slightly better. I think Cease is probably the odd man out, but I think it was wise of Chris to throw him in there because he has been really, really good. And let's just say he has a really strong finish to the last month of the season, and one of these other guys struggles. Who knows? Cease could sneak up and take it.
Yeah. Michael,
do you guys want to see all three of these guys up? Can I put that up so we could discuss it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. I just got them all here. Hold on. Let's see if that comes up good. I don't know. No? Why isn't it coming up?
It will. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Came out too small.
That's all right. Let's see if we can get it up.
Ooh. That's what she said.
Oh, my God.
Two in a row, guys. Come on, guys. Two in a row.
It's already starting to evolve.
I could read it off. Like Schlittler has most of the advantage. Obviously not in wins, but he's got the WAR. He's tied with Cease at 5.4. Sonny Gray 3.3. Game started. All right. Innings pitched. Schlittler's got it 158 to 144 for Cease, 138 for Sonny Gray. The wins, obviously, Sonny Gray's got double the amount over Cease. He's got 16, 8 for Cease, 11 for Schlittler. Schlittler's got the ERA plus by a lot over Sonny Gray. Strikeouts, Cease has that. Slight edge over Schlittler, huge advantage over Sonny Gray. K percentage, Dylan Cease has that. Walks, Sonny Gray has that for the least. And base on ball percentage is Schlittler at 5.9. He's got the edge there too. So it's close, but in this new age of analytics and everything, I think that's going to knock Sonny Gray down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I think Mike Reed said it back. If he gets to 20 wins and keeps his ERA under 3, then I think we're talking. I think that might, turn some heads a little bit, especially with how wretched the Red Sox were the first 3 months. And Sonny Gray missed some time. Think about that. If he gets to 20 wins, the Red Sox were the Red Sox at the beginning of the year, and he missed time altogether. It's pretty impressive that if he still gets to 20 wins. But, I mean, that's my bias coming out, but you can't discount what Schlittler is. I think he's the front runner at the moment for sure. But Sonny Gray needs 4 more wins to, I think, really make this a discussion.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, go ahead.
Cam Schlittler reminds me a lot of Kurt Schilling. He's made more starts. He's pitched more innings. He's got a lower ERA. His ERA plus is off the chart, and he walks very few guys. He's very much like a Kurt Schilling in that fact of he's durable. He gets a lot of guys out. He strikes a lot of guys out. Cease is a strikeout machine, but he also walks a lot of guys because he's a nibbler, and that's why his innings are so much lower. And that's there's some games he's just not in to get a decision, which is why his record is what it is too. So, you want just utter dominance from their stuff. Dylan Cease is the guy. You want a guy who's the whole package. Schlittler's the guy. You want a guy who pitches well and gets run support. Sonny Gray is the guy. I think that's the missing piece here too. Is Sonny Gray has gotten really good run support from the Red Sox in general in his starts. Dylan Cease has gotten like nothing because that team has been a mess. And Schlittler, and Yankees fans can back this up, Schlittler has gotten incredibly inconsistent run support. I mean, he lost a game 1-0 a couple weeks ago where he was almost unhittable. And they couldn't manage anything for him. So I do think Sonny Gray has had the benefit of some better support behind him, but to me, Schlittler is the complete package.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. Felix Bautista begins his rehab after his surgery. I think it was shoulder, arm, elbow, wrist, hand. The guy's been injured for a while. Will he help the Orioles in time? Anybody can take this one. I know Felix Bautista news isn't really up on everyone's priority list, but
I forgot he was
I'm just
still
going to
pitching
say,
for the
I'm
Orioles.
just going to say yes because I'm just going to say yes because I picked the Orioles the other night on clearing the bases to come back and win that last wild card spot. So I don't really have a good reason except that I think the Orioles are going to come back and get the last wild card spot. So yeah, he's going to make a big difference. That's all I got.
All right.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
I think
Go ahead.
I'm going to say no. I don't suspect a guy that's been out this long is going to come back and make much of an impact. I also don't think they're going to hand him the reins to the 9th inning for a little while, so they said he's got it. I mean, in his rehab start today, he struggled to throw strikes, which is clearly a sign of rust. Velocity was there, command was not. He was all over the place and wildly erratic, which, I mean, he was always a little bit erratic. That's what made him kind of scary to face. The next one could have been your ear flap. You never knew. But I don't think he's going to be in a spot where even when he does come back, that he's going to be able to take on high leverage situations right away. That he's going to have the command and the confidence to go and do that. So a guy pitching in the 7th or 8th inning, sure, he'll come in, he's going to blow a couple for you. He's going to have a couple of good outings, but I don't suspect he's going to move the needle much for them yet. Next year, sure. This year, I would set expectations really low for what you might get out of him.
Yeah. Curtis says nope. Ivan says no for me. Bautista isn't going to help Baltimore. Baltimore isn't going to make the playoffs either way.
Just watch. Just watch.
Hey, I'm not counting them out. They're only 2 games out, but let's just a little reminder: their last 3 games of the season is at Yankee Stadium, and they have not played the Yankees well this year. I think the Yankees are 8-2 or something like that, right? 7-2, 8-2.
So you're saying the Orioles are due for 3 wins? Got it. All right.
Heard you loud and clear.
Hey, right now,
There you go,
right
guys.
now you have a hot Pete Alonso, so
Yes.
And
should be 1 home run hotter, but every Yankees fan says that was foul, but it is what it is.
Well, and it's no coincidence that the Orioles began to climb up the standings when his bat really finally woke up.
of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah. So we'll see. I've covered my bases, if you will. I've predicted the Orioles on one show. I've predicted the Blue Jays on another show. So I have completely covered my butt. So just saying.
If
All right.
there was an award for riding a fence, it'd be Nick's.
For sure. Always. All right. Randy Arozarena here. He had a first inning home run, robs a home run, then hits a walk-off home run the other day. This might be the only bright spot the Seattle Mariners have had in the past week, losing 22-0. They lost 19 to something today. Did they score a run today? I don't even know, but they gave up 19. With a team that is focused around pitching, what do they do about their hitting going forward?
I just want to state the facts. They did manage 2 runs today, which is a lot of offensive output for them.
Okay.
I mean, I'll say the quiet part of this whole thing out loud. It literally takes somebody having a career day for the Mariners to stand a chance in hell of winning a ball game. It is frustrating and it is painful to watch this team play. If somebody doesn't have a career day, this team doesn't stand a chance. I'm not even sure why they bring bats to the ballpark anymore. They should just save the money in their budget, save it up to sign some players next year. Stop bringing bats because you're not using them anyways. I've never seen baseball played so poorly by a team that should actually be better than this.
Yeah.
Well, I have.
To me, it doesn't make sense because this isn't something that just popped up to them, right? For like the last 3-4 years, we've been talking about, man, Seattle has to add a bat, at least one bat. How about 2 bats, right? And then last year, Cal Raleigh went on this incredible run and really carried that team all the way to the playoffs, all the way till, Game 7 of the ALCS, where they just saying, oh, okay, Cal Raleigh will do the same thing this year, hit 60 home runs and carry us to the playoffs again. I think it's crazy. And to have all this starting rotation depth this season or the last couple of seasons, like trade one of these guys. I know they traded Castillo, but they got, nothing right now to help them. So, I mean, they could have went big in the offseason, tried to trade one of these guys, got a bat and went from there, but they didn't even do that. I mean, they signed the first baseman, and that was really right. That was about it.
Yeah, traded for Donovan.
Yeah, and trade for Donovan, who's had a pretty good year, but it just wasn't enough. So I don't know what they're going to do. I would assume they're gonna trade one of these guys this year in the offseason because they brought up Cade Anderson, who looked decent for his first start. So we'll see what happens in the offseason, but maybe they bring in a new GM or something because whatever they've been doing, it's not really working.
Yeah. That's assuming that they actually open the front office in the offseason. So there's that for more ways than one, because even if they're not locked out, Harrison and I are convinced that nobody sits in the front office during the offseason period. So we'll see. But,
yeah, they close for the winter. There's nobody there. They turn the phones off and I'll go home.
Anything else on the Mariners, fellas? No? Yeah. Michael? Anyways, yeah. So for me, like Harrison said, you have to have a career day in order for the Mariners to win. It's terrible. I don't know. So close to the World Series last year. We're all kind of pulling for them, and nothing to show for it. So it kind of sucks for them and Mariners fans, which we do have on this show. So we will see. All right. JJ Bleday hits for the cycle, 4th this year, 354th in MLB history. Kind of another team that has not a lot to celebrate. But did you guys get a chance to see this? I think he got the cycle by the 7th inning against the Diamondbacks, of course.
I wonder if Cattell took the odds on that.
But can you guys name the other 4 people with or the other 3 players with cycles this year?
Corbin Carroll. I don't know. I'm just
Mm.
gonna ramble
Nope.
off names.
It's a great guess.
Nope. Think Phillies.
Yeah.
Turner.
Did
Nope,
Harper have
not
him?
Turner. Harper. Yep.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, that's
Harper,
right.
okay.
Oh, Harper had the fake one where they gave him the triple. It should have been a double. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, how about PCA? Didn't he hit for the cycle?
He did June 15th. Then the last
Okay.
one is an all-star that we were all like, who is this kid? I've never heard this name before. With the White Sox.
Oh, he played against the Mets today, right?
Tristan
Peters.
Peters.
Oh, Vargas.
Tristan Peters.
Not Vargas. Vargas.
It's
Peters.
Tristan
Oh,
Peters.
Peters.
Yep. So those are the 4 cycles this year. But and there
If you,
we
hadn't
go.
said
Ivan.
if you hadn't said White Sox, we could have sat here all night. I don't think any of us would have got Tristan Peters.
No,
Nick
definitely not.
actually quizzed me the other day on these, and I got PCA, Bleday, and Harper, I think, but I could not get the fourth one. I'm like, I have no idea.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was the entire all-star roster. Is they're like naming it, and everybody's like, who is that? I mean, everybody opted out. So
Is he one of the
there's that.
coaches?
Yeah, exactly. So pretty cool. Always exciting when
But-
somebody hits for cycle, but pretty cool.
But more importantly, like, what a great story for JJ Bleday, who looked like he was going to be the center fielder of the future for the A's, and then kind of fell off a cliff, and they just like threw him in the trash. And it's great to see him, come back, have a good year this year, kind of reestablish himself, because he was a hell of a lot of fun to watch with the A's until the fall off. I mean, he looked like he was going to be a legit major league center fielder for a long time.
Yeah. And the cool stat that I heard also watching that game is the last 3 cycles that the Reds have surrendered were hit by who? One player. And the player is current. He did it twice. He did it twice in 1 year. His MVP season.
Oh, Yelich?
It was Christian Yelich.
Oh,
yeah. The last 3 cycles the Reds have surrendered were all to Christian Yelich. Pretty crazy stat. Yeah.
That is crazy.
Well, and what I
Pretty
thought was cool too is they shared the stat. There hadn't been a red cycle in 30 years, and now they've had 2 in the last 3 with Ellie and now Bleday.
Yeah. Yep. It's pretty wild. So, all right, back to some Yankees news, Chris. This is your alley. Giancarlo Stanton falls over after straining his other calf during rehab. He's most likely done for the year? Is his career over?
Can I ask a question before you answer that though? Like, was he hit by a sniper from the rooftop? Because the way he went down, like, that wasn't just like I hurt myself. Like, that looked like he got sniped from a rooftop somewhere.
It could be. I don't know, but
It was
yeah,
Cashman.
yeah, right. Don't even. I don't want this guy back. Yeah, it does. It makes sense because there's really no more room for this guy. Because if he comes back, how are you going to play? Because now you got Garcia playing first base, so that means Rice has to DH. And what if? Here's the other big what if. If when and if Judge returns, does he have to DH only? Right? Because some are saying he can't die. Like they're telling him don't dive anymore, right? Head first or whatever, because you're gonna re-injure that rib. So yeah, I just for that reason, I'm sure that the Yankees don't want Stanton back. I know Stanton's got a great bat in the playoffs and all that, but yeah, he's probably done because this year and next year, a lot of it was about getting to 500 home runs. From a personal level, obviously not from the team level. Yeah, he wants to win a championship, but I think from a personal level, he was looking at this year and next year to get to 500. He needed less than 50. But now, with this year, the way this year went, I mean, there's no way he's going to get to 500 coming back next season. Even a full season. Is he going to hit 40 or whatever he needs now?
He needs 44.
44. He's not going to hit 44 in a season. Like,
No.
Right. You will be lucky to see him 44 games, let alone hitting 44 home runs. So,
Right.
So yeah, I think this might be it. I know there's a lot of money next year if he comes back, but what if the Yankees cut him, right? If the Yankees just say, you know what, we can't do this again and move on, and some other team maybe picks him up, maybe, Tampa or something. I don't know. But It's probably the end. And when we look back at the trade when it first happened, yeah, it looked like a no-brainer, and it was a no-brainer to make it happen. He was coming off his MVP season. They gave up a couple of prospects, no big deal. But when you look at his career with the Yankees, with the injuries, with him only being able to DH, it kind of kept them from signing other players, right? I mean, other players that came up or trading for other players that they couldn't because they know they were stuck with this guy at DH. So it's the effect that he had on the roster and the team not winning a championship while he was here, even though he has great postseason numbers, and that's what he's going to be remembered for. But he's also going to be remembered for all these injuries and missed games, and really didn't live up to the trade at the beginning. So, it's going to be a bad trade at the end of the day.
So, Jason, quick question for you. Where do you put Stanton in this overall, time period of players?
Ooh, put me on the spot there. At one point, he had to be one of the most feared hitters in baseball, right? I mean, when he was coming up with the Marlins, he was a guy I remember used to torture the Braves. I mean, he had the 59 homer season. I thought he was on a path to, surefire first ballot Hall of Famer. And the chase to 500 would make a big difference. Mm. But he's about to be 37 years old. We don't know if there's going to be a full season next year, a half season, a quarter season. I think with his age, his limited availability because of the injuries, it would take him 3 seasons to probably get 44 more homers. And I just can't see him doing that. He's not going to last. He's going to break down. So it's kind of shameful that it ended this way for him, obviously out of his control. I think the big question, too, and me and Chris have talked about this before, we've all talked about it, this era the Yankees were in with Stanton and Judge and the talent that's come through there, and they only have one World Series appearance to show for it. The Yankees going to look back on this period of time. I mean, you talk about the trade not being great, but, I mean, Stanton did come through in the postseason for him. He was some big moments there. I mean, it's not just on him that they haven't won a World Series. Chris, will they look at this? I mean, I know you guys always look at it as a failure if you don't win the World Series, but this period of time you had this guy and Judge and Garrett Cole. I mean, you've had a lot of talent come through there. I don't know, man. I hate it for Stanton because he seems like a really good guy. I wish we could have seen him finish the chase and get to 500. That's a big deal still to get to 500 homers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So just real quick. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a disappointment if Judge doesn't win a championship this year. If they don't win a championship, it's going to be a huge disappointment because, like you said, there is a lot of talent on this team, and for them to not win a championship and only get to one World Series is going to be a pretty big disappointment for this team. But this goes back to ownership, right? I think with Steinbrenner, there isn't the World Series or bust mantra anymore. That with his dad. When his dad was here, it was World Series or that's it. Like Boone would have never lasted this long if Steinbrenner was here. Cashman would not have lasted this long. As good or bad you want to think is Cashman, I mean, he's got a winning club every single season. I know it's easy when you have one of the higher payrolls in the league. Not including the Mets, right? Because they have a huge payroll and not exactly a winning club. But I mean, to have a winning club for 30-something years now, that's pretty impressive. Every single season, they never rebuilt. They never had one of those, all right, we're going to have a really crappy season. We're going to rebuild this thing, get rid of some contracts and be bad for a year and then come back the next year. They just never did that. They always rebuild on the fly, which is pretty amazing. But at the end of the day, yeah, they got no championships. Their last one was 2009. Now, most teams, that's not bad. 17 years ago, they won a championship, but not in the Bronx. That's not good enough, and been to only one World Series since then and getting embarrassed by the Dodgers in that series too, to boot. It is going to be a huge disappointment.
Not to mention, 2018. So he comes over in 2018, Chris. The very next year, there was a free agent named Bryce Harper that, you wonder if they had not made the deal for Stanton, would they have gone after Harper? and how different could things be. Just throwing that out. I'm not trying to rub
100%,
salt in the
Jason,
wound.
you're 100% right.
Yeah.
Right, because they thought, hey, let's get ahead of this. We're going to trade for Stanton. His contract is either the same or it's going to be a little less than what Harper's going to get next year. So let's get ahead of this and look really smart and getting, this guy just won MVP, hit 59 home runs or whatever he hit for the Marlins. Yeah, we'll just bring him in. We'll have our two giants here in the lineup, Stanton and Judge. We'll have that for the next decade. But yeah, obviously, I 100% agree, because Harper was like coming out and saying, I want to be a Yankee, right? So, listen, if I'm a free agent, I'm saying that all the time too, because I want the highest bidder to bid for me, all the time. So, but yeah, you hit that on the, maybe Machado is a Yankee, because he was another one that was a free agent at that point. So, you could go down the line, right? The last 10 years or so, who was available, for the Yankees in free agency, and they said, nah, well, we really don't have the space for him because we got this guy locking up the DH spot.
Yeah.
Well, I think you just made 2 points that I've made on the show many times, which is one, I think Brian Cashman constructs rosters like he's playing fantasy baseball and not real baseball. He goes for the name, the sexy stat line, the headline. And I think the other part of it too is that the Yankees don't measure success by championships anymore. They measure success by winning records.
Right.
And I think that's all praise to Brian Cashman for 33 straight years of winning records. But if you haven't won a World Series in 17 years, who cares?
Right.
Like you could have had 16 straight losing seasons and it was the same outcome at the end of the day. You didn't hoist any hardware. And I think that's where Cashman's gotten stuck in this rut of, well, we just got to be competitive. We got to win. We got to win. Where, to your point, Chris, if he just said, you know what, screw it, I'm going to tear this thing to the ground and start over. And, maybe in 2 years they won a World Series, but the way they're doing it right now with trying to hodgepodge this, you got all these broken pieces you're trying to make something with. You're basically guaranteeing you're not going to win a World Series, but we'll win games, like we'll be competitive. And
right.
that it's not the same. It's not the same feeling there anymore. Like the Yankees aren't this feared juggernaut anymore. It's like, they're going to be good, but don't worry about them.
Yeah. Mike Reed says Stanton needs to be traded to the Rockies if he wants a shot at 500.
Maybe.
Yeah.
No bad idea.
Right.
Don't you break down easier in Colorado, right? With like Chris Bryant going over there. Guy became a brittle player once he went over there.
Chris Bryant stepped off the airplane and got hurt, man.
Yeah.
That was just like insane. But yeah, I'm with all you guys. Like, it is a shame. Like, he hit the hardest ball I've ever seen hit. I remember watching a Marlins game. He hit a ball through the shortstop hole like a worm burner, like no hops, no nothing, like against the grass, and it rolled all the way to the fence. Like, I've never seen a ground ball on the infield flat roll all the way to the fence. This guy just muscled it right through the grass. I was just like, that's not human, dude. Just stop it. Yeah, but I mean, it is a shame that he, is most likely going to now fall short of the Hall of Fame, which we were all kind of thinking like, yeah, this dude is on that trajectory, and then just injuries, man, haven't been able to get in front of him. Kind of stinks.
Another thing too, I'll add with Stanton. Stanton had the right mentality to play in New York. Like, there's been so many guys that have come here that just can't play in New York, whether it was for the Mets or the Yankees. They just come here and they just, like I think Paul O'Neill said it. I don't know if he's the only guy that said it, but the pinstripes are heavy for some of these players, right? They come here and they feel that pressure playing in New York, playing for the Yankees and all that. And Stanton just took it, he was great. That's why he was so good in the postseason, because he took it on. Like, he took all that pressure on. And when they didn't win, he says, yeah, we got to do better. Like, he was always out front and being that leader. And that's something that's lacking on this team. I'll tell you that right now. Even in Judge, I don't think Judge is the greatest leader for the Yankees, right? Yeah, he's named captain, but I don't think he's a great leader of a team. Like, to me, I think he would be better as the second guy and, one of the leaders on the team, not the leader, right? So,
yeah,
it's sad. It's sad because Stanton looked like he was going to be like the new age version of Mark McGwire, and he turned out to be the new age version of Jose Canseco. A guy who dazzled you with some moments, but at the end of the day, just fell apart and couldn't keep it going.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yep.
All right, Lawrence Butler, first wristwatch worn in the MLB history, which is kind of crazy if you think about MLB history. And of course, it's going to auction. So my question, let's start with Rob. Do you like all of the jewelry, all of the chains, all of the extra stuff that these guys are wearing?
No, I'm old school. I don't like the the huge giant chains. I don't see, like, what's the purpose of it? To show people that they could afford the biggest bling. I mean, I'm old school. You guys know that. I think it looks ridiculous. Some of the gold chains these guys are wearing are like ropes around their neck. It's ridiculous. And to answer your question, Nick, I definitely am not into all this jewelry right now. It's the old school guys. No way they would wear it. And I just think it's ridiculous.
Fair enough, Michael.
I'm shocked it's the first wristwatch. I'm willing to bet there was a pocket watch back in the 1870s or something being worn, but yeah, I don't get it either. Like, why is, like, how did it make it this far with someone not having a wristwatch? That just boggles my mind, really.
Yeah. Jason, any takes on this?
I mean, I'm old too, and I don't love it. I mean, especially when it's excessive. But if it's just, it doesn't bother me that much. If it's just a couple of chains and but if it's excessive, yeah. But I guess I'm trying to limit my old man takes here lately. 'Cause I have a lot of them. So, of all the things I want to complain about with baseball, I guess I'll let that one go a little bit. But I'm not a huge fan of it. But it also doesn't really. Being a Braves fan, we've seen Ronald Acuna Jr. Wearing his jewelry. Michael Harris wears some jewelry. A lot of that too is the guys on your team, right? I mean, if your guys on your team that you pull for do it, it's great. But when there's a guy from another team that aggravates you, you're like, I can't stand that. So I'm gonna slide off here and say, doesn't bother me too much as long as it's not excessive.
Guys, could I say something real fast?
Of course. Jump right in. You don't even have to ask a question. Just jump right in.
No, I actually have to make a quick statement. Since this was last minute, I do have a 10 o'clock appointment that I got to take. So I just wanted to say I am looking forward to the network. I'm excited about it. Me and Chris are excited about it. And, I'm glad that we're doing this. You guys are all great. I have such a great time with you guys, and I think it's going to be so much fun, and it's going to be great for all of us. So I just wanted to say that. Thanks for having me on tonight. And, I will see you guys Wednesday, but I'll talk to you guys before that.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks a lot, Rob. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll see you.
Thanks, Rob.
Okay.
I just so happen to have my replica Michael Harris gold chain.
Nice.
So,
Love it.
it was just nearby, so I'm just gonna put that on the rest of the show.
You know what? Real quick, I'm with Michael. I'm shocked that this was the first guy to wear a wristwatch, right? Because they do wear all this jewelry, and and it's Lawrence Butler, who's been kind of on a last couple of seasons. He's just gotten worse and worse, and this year he's kind of bottomed out. But yeah, it's kind of strange that he's the first guy to wear a watch, but I guess so.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. At least when I was growing up, like, the umpires would line up all the kids on the baseline and be like, any jewelry. Like, I had a medic alert on, and he's like, nope, got to take it off. I'm like, dude, it's a medic alert. Like, it's got to stay on. But, like, I don't get the big chains with, like, the big medallions, dude. If I'm sliding head first, he, like, stabs me in the chest or, like, comes up and hits me in the teeth, like, I'm all set with that. I mean, like, but, like, I don't mind, like, the chains that are underneath. Like, a lot of pitchers wear them. I do think it's funny when one breaks and then they're out there around second base trying to find the diamonds, but that gets a little crazy sometimes. But other than that, I don't really care. To Ivan's point, I think back here, like, we all know they have money. Like, you don't need to really flaunt it in front of us. Like, we're still going to pay $150 a seat to come see you. You don't need to wear it around your neck and flaunt it in front of me.
True.
Well, and I never understood a guy like Acuna. Like when you're running full tilt to chase down a fly ball, and that necklace is bouncing up and down, smacking you in the chest, almost hitting you in the face. Isn't that a distraction? Like, do you really need that distraction when you're running full tilt to catch that ball in the gap? Like, I never got it. Like to Nick's point, when you're sliding in or diving back, like you don't need a piece of you don't need like your necklace flopping around hitting you in the face. But it's weird. So and to this Lawrence Butler thing, the whole story behind the watch is he was wearing a Norcane Wild One skeleton gecko model. It's a $7,000 watch. It is a partnership with MLB. So this was they kind of looked around saying, "Hey, would somebody do this?" And Butler's like, "Yeah, I'll wear it." And so they're going to auction the watch off for charity. But MLB was trying to plant this thing. They wanted to find somebody who'd wear it to try to like tout the partnership and then use it as a way to auction it off. And Butler was the guy that jumped on it. But it's the first mechanical wristwatch worn on field during play. But I do remember watching a video, it must have been a few years ago, of somebody sliding into third head first and like their cell phone popping out of their back pocket and like
Yeah,
flying
that's
towards the
right.
coach.
Yes.
And I'm like, there's so much of this stuff that probably happens that we just like that goes unnoticed. Guys are carrying their phones with them. They've got, Apple watches or whatever. Like the amount of insanity that just now happens on the field with accessories and gear and technology, and it's nothing at this point surprises me anymore.
Yeah, that's fair. Highlight says, I haven't spent $7,000 on all the watches I've ever owned, period.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I believe it.
mean, I get it, but
Oh,
just
Ed,
crazy.
Ed, I do remember this at Fenway. There was a 10-minute delay while Manny was searching for an earring in the outfield that fell out.
Yep.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That was
Marty's
so
like, why wear a watch? You got an appointment? I mean, possibly. Yeah, got a second base coach. I need a runner. Got a doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
Just crazy. But
I
all right.
heard there's a table waiting for me with Cattell. I got to get there.
Yeah. All right. I got out of left field discussion topics, just random topics, kind of off the top of the noggin here. First one is more for people of the audience. What are some things that we've done on this show that you want to see more of? Like, do you want to see more collaboration? Do you want to see more trivia? Like, we're really starting to try to build out this schedule for the media network. What are some things that you guys want to see more of? And Jason and Michael, kind of put you on the spot. Is there anything that you want to bring besides the two awesome shows that you already bring to the media network?
I just think anything that involves the fans more. That you talked about, we want this to be fan driven, and that's absolutely 100% correct. And so I think anything that does that, whether it's trivia or contests or, just encouraging people to interact with us, that's something we've struggled with on our Braves podcast. We want more people to interact. So anything that gets the fans involved, because that's what this is all about. And I think one of the things we do a good job of here is not trying to sound like we know it all. And I think the fans appreciate that. We're just one of them, and that's how we want this to be, as a discussion. So, nothing specific there, Nick, but I think anything we can do to keep driving that message of fan interaction, that's where we should go.
Absolutely. Michael?
Yeah, I'm with what Ivan just put in the chat, which is more Jeopardy. Which, I mean, not specifically Jeopardy, but trivia. Like that's the reason I started watching you guys in the first place. So I love the trivia. I mean, if we had a show dedicated to just trivia, that'd be great for I think a lot of us. But yeah, like we just anything that involves the fans. Like again, like Jason just said, we're all just fans. We love interacting, like talking to each other and talking to the people that watch the shows and making them feel like they're part of it.
Yeah. Chris, for you?
Yeah, I like what Jason said. I totally agree. I want it to be more fans interacting with us on our shows. That's a big part of our show, Rob and I show. Having the fans, commenting and asking questions and, bringing up different points than what we're bringing up. And, I love having a conversation about the game, right? About baseball, whether it's, the game now or the game that was past, or maybe the game in the future that we're going to see. So I love it. And to me, the fans are are also hosts. They're part of the show just as much as
Right.
Rob and I, and in this show as well. All these comments that are coming in, this is part of the show. This is the show. This is the part that I look forward to the most, to see what other people are saying. Oh, okay, we didn't hit that point on this topic or whatever it is. So I think anything to bring out the fans and have the fans want to join in the conversation more, I'm all for.
Yeah, and this is like something like this. So Ivan's like, yeah, I'm a trivia junkie. I wrote about 25 new Jeopardy categories and counting. So when we're ready to go, he's ready to go.
He's ready.
Yeah, and that's what's been absolutely incredible about this. And it was something when Harrison and I started this journey that we didn't even really expect to kind of go this way. But then it just has, and it's awesome to find like-minded people that have the platforms that we do as well. And it just made sense for us all to come together and do this, and to get all the fans together, build the community even bigger. So I'm glad we're on this ride. It's going to be awesome. But to Chris, your point about there's so many times a comment comes through, and I'm like, I never thought of it that way.
Mhm.
And that's what has made me, I think, a better all-around host, better overall baseball fan, is to be able to look at a certain situation from multiple angles, because I hear it from a fan that has a different view, because we all take in baseball differently, and that's what's incredible about this, is everybody feels safe that they can share it. So absolutely love that.
Yeah, we always said, we wanted to create the place that we wish had existed, where you could go in and just talk baseball with friends, and and you could debate topics, share opinions, share perspectives. And that's really what we've tried to do, is create that environment where people can just want to come in and share what they think. And many times, like, we'll go off on a tangent on a whole separate topic because somebody threw out a really good question, and that's the best part. And honestly, like, the end of our shows and our kind of our more free form Thursday shows are sometimes the most fun, because people just throw questions at us, thoughts at us, and it just prompts a conversation we never thought we were going to have. And to me, that's the most fun of this whole thing, is letting the audience kind of point us to what they find interesting, and we go.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, like I remember there was one slide that you had up there, and it was up there for about like an hour because we kept going on tangents. But it felt like it was going by so quickly. But like, yeah, it was probably about an hour that the slide was up there. But it was just, we just kept going on tangents and kept going with the conversation. It was great.
Yeah, and that's what we love. What we love about this show. So
yeah, I like this comment by Scott. I love getting into the business side of baseball. I love the business of baseball. So anytime, Scott, we'll do more of that.
Yeah, and that would be a you and Harrison conversation. I usually take a back seat when that happens, but that's fine. Yeah, the place is always the bar for me back in the day. Yeah. So,
and it's funny that's what Rob and I always say about our show. It's just two guys hanging out at the bar, just talking baseball, right? And then if anybody wants to come over and like, oh yeah, to me that's what our show is. We're just a couple of guys hanging out, chatting about baseball, whether it's at the bar or the restaurant or whatever. I think that's really what our show's about. Like you guys said, we don't have all the answers, and we definitely don't know it all. So, but we're just fans like everybody else, and we're just trying to get through the game, trying to enjoy the game as much as we can. And, hopefully there's not much of a break next year.
Yeah. The home for the non-emotional fans. I can't stand overreacting meatheads.
Which is like every other show out there. It's just hot takes and nonsense.
I hate it.
And like, it's a great comment from Marty. I'm going to submit a short story about the 1968 World Series and prominent players and stats. It would be awesome for you to come on and share that with chat and with the audience, Marty, because we'd love to create space for other people. And if you're a story writer, we'd love to help share that. And honestly, I'd love to hear the story myself.
Right. Yeah. And there's that. We're hoping to give fans a spot to write, like, on the website too. So like we want it to become a fan destination where you can find whatever you want. So really excited to get that kicked off.
Yep.
So, all right, back to baseball related questions. I think I know where a couple of you guys are going on this one, but which team that never won a World Series could come back today and win it all? So I'm looking for a specific team, specific year. 1997 Cleveland Indians, right? Or something like that. Which team is that for you? Jason, do you know? Because I think I have a good idea. You can start us off
I mean, if we're talking about could come back and play today's game
and win it all.
the way it's played and win it all. Probably not the answer you would expect. I would actually say the 95 Cleveland Indians. That offense could hit. They could hit for power. They could get on base. They could steal bases. The Braves, stopped them in the World Series with, 3 generational pitchers. But I do think the Indians could play today's game. I'm not sure the Braves teams could. I don't know. Glavine and Maddox to some extent admittedly got some calls on the outside part of the plate back in the 90s. I don't know if that would happen nowadays or not with ABS. So it'd be a different game for them. So, yeah, off the top of my head, I'm going to go 95 Indians.
Yeah, crazy. Michael, for you?
I expected Jason to pick the 96 Braves, but I'll go with the 97 Braves, actually, because we were completely robbed by Eric Gregg and the NLCS. If we could have gotten some better calls in that game, that like balls that weren't in the opposing batter's box being called strikes, probably could have beaten the 97 Indians also. But
it was karma for all the calls we got on the outside corner before that. But yeah, Eric Gregg was that. Rest in peace, by the way, Eric Gregg. But that was not his finest moment. That LCS against the Marlins. It was like the Little League World Series. If you guys saw, the kids got the perfect game, or the combined no hitter or something the other day, and the last strike was like 2 feet off the plate. That was Eric Gregg in the 97 LCS. So, yeah, Mike's right about that one.
Chris, for you.
I got to be the homer here, right? So I'm going to say the 2003 Yankees. That was the team. They won 101 games in the regular season. Obviously, beat the Red Sox in Game 7 in the ALCS.
Boo.
We all know that happened. And
Aaron Boone's luckiest swing of his life.
Oh, that guy. But when you look at the lineup, they had the big power bats that you want, right? You got Posada hitting 30, Giambi hitting 41, 38 for Soriano. Of course, you got Jeter there, and Matsui was on that team. Then the rotation: Messina, Wells, Clemens, Pettit, and Jeff Weaver, who wasn't that good. And of course, you had Rivera as the closer. So, and I think the only reason why they lost that series is because they beat the Red Sox. That series, I think, just took way too much out of that team. It was like that was their World Series, basically, right? They had to beat the Red Sox because if they lost to them, which they did anyway the following season, but there would have been hell to pay with Steinbrenner. Just showing you how different things would have been back then. But I just think that they got emotionally and physically drained from that series, and they just didn't have it against the Marlins.
Yeah, fair. Harrison, for you, do you have one?
So my pick would have been the Indians, but I'll go to my second choice, and that would be the 2011 Texas Rangers, who got freezed out of the World Series on a tough one. But that team was absolutely loaded offensively. It was Kinsler and Beltre and Hamilton and Young, Nelson Cruz. That team absolutely mashed baseballs. And then, you had, C.J. Wilson and Derek Holland both won 16 games. You had Colby Lewis and Matt Harrison, who both won 14 games. They had like 7 or 8 combined shutouts. Like, they pitched pretty well. But that team absolutely mashed. And losing in 2011 with the David Freese game was mind-boggling to me that they didn't win that series, because they had it won twice and then couldn't close the door.
Yep.
Sorry to jump in, guys. My computer's about to die, so I got to jet. But can't wait for all of this to happen. I'm definitely looking forward to all of it.
Yeah, it's coming. Thanks, Michael. Appreciate it. We'll be in touch.
See you tomorrow, Mike.
For me, it's the 2001 Mariners. 116 wins. Everyone's expecting them to kind of just roll, and well, we all know what happens. Yankees go on, beat them, then the Yankees lose in the World Series. But I think going back, if that team could get a redo, I would love to see that. But 116 wins, a plus 300 run differential. That's 2001 Mariners for me. There's a lot of great ones in the chat here too. Highlights
Giants, 93 Giants. That's a good one. That's a real good one.
69 Cubs from highlights. Mike Reese says any 90s Indians. Yep. Follows that. Yep. The Moneyball A's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Marty says 1968 Tigers. Yeah. But yeah, he was saying Cubs had Banks, Santo, Williams, Jenkins. I mean, yeah, they had everybody. Crazy. Curtis says 1990 A's, 2017 Yankees, 2001 Yanks, 2001 Mariners. Yep. Man, there's some great ones there for sure. All right. Next question I got. If Barry Bonds never existed or hadn't broken either home run record, single season or career, would Mark McGwire have faced the same scrutiny?
But doesn't he face the same scrutiny, right?
Yeah,
he's not in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, yes, but not. I would say not nearly to the level that Barry Bonds does.
But I also think he also came out and said that he took it, right? He took the steroids. He tried to apologize and all that stuff. He had the interview. Bonds, if you ask him today, he's not going to say that he took steroids, right? So I think that's why he takes, at least I think he takes most of the blame. And Bonds, obviously nobody liked him outside of San Fran. The writers didn't like him. Most of the fans didn't like Bonds. McGwire, on the other hand, was beloved by a lot of fans outside of St. Louis. Right? He donated a lot of money to charity when he signed the big contract with the Cardinals at the time. I think it was for children abuse or something, if I remember, something to that effect. So I think he showed more, not emotion, but he showed that, hey, I messed up. I screwed up. I wish I never did it, whatever. Bonds still has the same attitude he had, 20-something years ago. He has the same attitude now. Like, I didn't do anything wrong.
I agree with what Chris said. I think there's a lot of difference there. Like to Chris's point, McGwire showed some contrition, which Bonds never has and probably never will. Secondly, there's something different about the all-time home run record. That one, McGwire wasn't going to break that one. So that's the one that's the hallowed record of all time for baseball, right? I mean, when Hank was going after Babe's record, and then, and by the way, Hank is still the home run king. Okay, let's just say that. But, but that means more. So he was going to receive more scrutiny for chasing that record than a single season record. And then also the fact that, McGwire did show the contrition. Like, it makes a big difference because, to Chris's point, Barry was just not liked. He was not well liked. To this day, he's not well liked by fans. And I think McGwire, by and large, is well liked. And that if there's any insinuation from anybody this is a racial thing, which I'm not saying there was in this question, I'm just saying if that was there, look, I think everybody that loves baseball, the one guy we all wanted to see break that record, the all-time record, was Ken Griffey Jr. It didn't matter. Like, we wanted Ken Griffey Jr. to break that record, and if he doesn't get hurt as much as he does, he probably does break that record because it's amazing how many home runs he has, even with all the injuries he battled. So I don't think it was a racial thing. I think it's just Barry Bonds is a jackass. I mean, if you want to simplify it down to one sentence, I think that's what it comes down to. Chris hit the nail on the head.
Yeah. What about for you, Harrison?
I mean, I think McGwire has had an easier path because of Bonds. But I think the one guy in all this that has had possibly the easiest path because of Bonds is Sosa. I mean, nobody even talks about Sammy Sosa anymore. He was able to just kind of retire and disappear. But at the end of the day, like, fans loved Sammy. He had the persona, the personality, the smile, the laugh. There's the video of him running onto the field with his little American flag after 9/11. Like, the fans loved him. And I think nationally fans loved him. He was bright. He was funny. He was a personable guy. It's hard to get really, really pissed off at a guy you liked. His all this crazy mannerisms. And I think the same is true for McGuire. I don't think fans like McGuire as much as Sosa. Sosa was definitely had the fans, I think, heart. McGuire was a little colder, a little more standoffish, a little more private. But I think he's a guy that like people don't hate Mark McGuire. Like you may be indifferent to him, but you don't hate McGuire. He was a generally nice guy. Was good to the fans. As was mentioned by Chris, he had a lot of charity stuff that he did. Like he's a guy that's hard to dislike because he was a good guy. He wasn't necessarily the same level of fan favorite as Sosa. Then you got Bonds, who I don't think there's anybody that has anything nice to say about Barry Bonds. Like it's so easy to turn him into the lightning rod because it's so easy to take a guy who you already don't like and just throw all the anger and frustration his way. So as much as Bonds to become a lightning rod, he's actually kind of cleared the path and made life easier for some of these other guys who have been able to stay under the radar because he's taken the majority of the beating. I mean,
again,
Jose
Harrison,
Canseco. Nobody even talks to Jose Canseco anymore. The guy wrote the book on it.
But I would say again, it's because he was pursuing the record. Those other guys were not going to pursue that record. Like it's like today. Who's the most disliked player in baseball today? Bryce Harper,
Manny Machado.
Manny Machado. If Manny Machado was chasing the all-time home run record, how many people would be cheering for him? Like that, it really matters. Like the record you're going after. Now, if he was chasing the single season record, there might be some people pulling for him just to see history, just to see that. But the all-time record is a hallowed record, maybe the most hallowed record in all of sports. That makes a difference, I think, when we talk about how Bonds was treated as opposed to these other guys. No doubt, Harrison, you're right. No doubt that he made it easier on McGuire and Sosa in that group. But at the same time, he also takes more scrutiny because of that specific record he was pursuing.
I agree with that.
The level of magnitude's higher for sure.
Yeah. I think part of it too, where McGuire and Sosa and them kind of get a break, is they were actively saving baseball, right? I mean, at the point that Bonds went and did all this, like baseball was quote unquote saved.
Yeah.
Right. It wasn't in a spot where baseball needed heroes, right? When Bonds just went and did it. So I think the timing for Bonds was off. I think if we switch it, like if Bonds was the one that was saving baseball in 98, we might be looking at him differently. I don't know. But I think you hit the nail on the head, Jason. I think it's because of the records he did break and the big one, the all-time one. And the personalities for sure. But I think I take the end of the 90s where baseball needed something. And McGuire and Sosa, I mean, we all remember where we were in 98 when McGuire hit 62, right? I'm sitting there watching it, news breaks, boom, it happens. So yeah, it's a little bit easier on them. But to your point, yeah, Bond's just not a nice person. So
and the sad part in all this is, steroids aside, Barry Bonds may have still broken the record anyways. But between being a jerk and then the allegations of all the Balco stuff, like it just made it that much more easy to hate the guy.
Yeah. I think, Nick, what you just said, think about what you just said about we knew exactly where we were when McGuire broke the record, right? We were tuned in every at bat, when McGuire and Sosa, like in the morning, we're looking at box scores right in the newspaper. But we knew exactly where we were when McGuire hit that home run. I think he did it at home, right?
Yeah, against the Cubs off Steve Traxel.
Traxel, right? Okay, so like we remember that one. Do you really remember the night Bonds broke the record, the home run record?
No.
Nope.
Right?
Yeah. I
Big
don't.
difference. No.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was also in college and a little blacked out, but that's besides the point. That's a story for a different day. But anyways, but yeah, no, I get your point, right? I think it was just baseball was in a different spot at the time that McGuire and Sosa came along. They had already kind of set baseball back on track, and then Bonds just takes it and runs with it. But yeah, let's see. I'm not here to talk about the past. Yep, good old. That was a trivia question we had last week for sure. Michael says, I'm not sure San Francisco media liked him. Um,
I don't think anybody has a nice thing to say about Barry Bonds, the person.
yeah. Ivan says, I say he would not have. I love this question, by the way. No, Bonds was hated more. The media hated him. The fans hated him, etc. Same thing with Manny. He actually failed multiple tests, but he's the one of the most popular and well-liked players ever. So people don't even talk about it.
Yep.
Yeah. Ed says, I certainly hope that he would have. I think at this point he would. Maybe not the time because he has such a modest demeanor. Fair. Al says, was never proven that Bonds took steroids, but wasn't liked either. We know he probably did. Yeah, heads don't grow that much without roids. So Michael's just following that up for. Clemens is another guy. Do you think Clemens gets scrutiny, or is he kind of overshadowed by Bonds too? I know sometimes we tend to lump him in there, but do we actually really talk about Roger Clemens and PED use?
Just judging from the reactions I used to get on the Romantic About Baseball page, Nick, Clemens to me is actually more disliked than either McGuire or Sosa, and only probably slightly behind Bonds for a lot of people. Like, he took anytime I'd post anything with Clemens about having a record, holding a record, I would get obliterated in the comments, about steroids and most of the time when I posted something about Sammy or McGuire, to you guys' point, there wasn't a whole lot of backlash. There was some, but Bonds and Clemens were the two lightning rods when I would post things. They both got a ton of comments, a ton of negative comments, and rightfully so. I'm not saying that's wrong, but yeah, that was Clemens. I think he gets maybe his share of abuse from the fans.
Yeah.
Well,
Fair.
Clemens, didn't he do something not good either? Wasn't he having an affair or something? Didn't that come out? Something with right? He was having an affair with that country singer, or there was something. I forgot what it was, but he's another one. If you go back to, all right, Bonds wasn't he didn't get caught cheating, neither did Clemens, right? So we could say that about both of them, even McGuire. Me and Jace are gonna have a pretty deep conversation about steroids on his bullpen sessions coming up. So I'm looking forward to doing it because I have so many different thoughts on it, but yeah, like Clemens, yeah, he's probably the pitcher that gets all that heavy scrutiny, that Bonds gets as the position player. But I think people with Clemens, he had that holier than hell attitude and I'm almost positive we could look back, but I think he had an affair with someone on the side or something.
Diana Rossini?
Maybe. Yeah.
No, that's Vrabel's girl.
Comment.
Yeah, no, she would have been too young at the time, probably. But that was the other thing. Wasn't the country singer younger, like much younger than him?
I remember vaguely what you're talking about, Chris. There was something that came out in all that. There was a younger
Mindy McCready.
There you go.
Mindy McCready.
Yeah, there you go, Jason.
There's Clemens had other skeletons that fell out of the closet when this whole thing got exposed.
Supposedly she was 15. He was 28 when it began, supposedly. So it's a Pete Rose kind of
Wander Franco, if you will.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
And I think I agree with the comments. I think Clemens is the pitcher version of Bonds, but Bonds is like number one, poster child for the steroid era. And then there's a big gap. Then you get to Clemens, and then there's another big gap, and you get to like all the other guys, McGuire and them, and some of these guys. Andy Pettit completely kind of skated on this topic. After he came out and said he took HGH, and there's a lot of guys that have gotten kind of a free pass because the attention's gone elsewhere. But again, like if you look at that list, it's Clemens was also not well liked, and I will say, even as an active player, I think everybody got tired of Roger Clemens. It's June, and Roger Clemens is in Steinbrenner's box. He's coming back. We're doing half seasons with the Yankees. Like, what the hell are we doing here? Like, I think people got really freaking tired of the Roger Clemens show, and every year, like, wondering, is he going to come back? Is he not? When's he going to show up? And all of a sudden, he's in Steinbrenner's box. He's a Yankee again, and it's like, oh, cool, he's back. Awesome. We get one more year of this. And then I think fans by the end of his career were just like, we're done. Like, please just go away, dude. We're done.
Yeah.
Both of those guys, Clemens, Bonds, any of them, should really talk to A-Rod and his team of people because Who else has made a complete turnaround that A-Rod has? Like, A-Rod is actually liked now by some fans. I'm not saying, most fans, but I would say a decent amount of fans actually like A-Rod. Like, I see people on social media saying that his number should be retired by the Yankees. He should be in Monument Park. And I'm like, do we remember? Like, I think you gotta,
Did you get the wrong Rodriguez?
Yeah,
Two of
this
them.
guy got suspended twice. He tried suing the Yankees and Major League Baseball. Remember all that? Like, people forget that. Somebody should watch. Those people should watch the A-Rod documentary again. That was on HBO not too long ago.
Yeah.
It got into a lot of that stuff. But I mean, other than that, I mean, that guy turned his career right now. He's on TV and everything else. You see him, you don't feel that same like when you see Bonds on TV or when you see Clemens. A-Rod is just A-Rod,
He's still so smug though. Like, he's got the most punchable face, but he's so smug.
Yes.
But you're right.
100%.
You're right. He's like completely rebounded in the eyes of the fans. Like, people are kind of like, oh, A-Rod's fine. Like, he seems like an okay guy.
Yeah. Paul Merrill, where is he? I don't know. It's a fair question.
Yeah, completely disappeared.
Yeah, Michael mentally blocked out the Clemens return saga.
Mike Reed appreciated my impression.
He should have been the face of it, though, right? Palmeiro. He should have been the face of it because he's the one that said, "I did not take steroids in front of everybody." And 2 weeks later,
really, you could argue that A-Rod should have been the face of it. Like, he had that crazy season that we all know now is steroid fueled. Then he signed that massive contract in Texas that they just then dumped to the Yankees. Like, A-Rod was kind of like the first domino that fell in this whole thing, and yet he's the guy that's like, on the outside now looking decent.
Yeah. Crazy. But all right. Love where that conversation took us. So yeah, tune into baseball sessions. Look for Chris and Jason. They are going to be talking about that soon. So, all right, a little nostalgia question for you fellas and everybody in the chat. Which player was on your first jersey? I'm not talking about like your Little League jersey, because obviously your name and number would be on that probably. But the first baseball jersey you bought, who was it? Oh, yeah, Harrison Garcia Parra still got it. Yeah, no.
So you can't see it, man.
No.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, Nomar. Yep.
I got the framed Garcia Parra jersey. That's why you put that one bottom right-hand corner, Nick. I know.
I know. Well, who was it for you guys?
When I was a kid and a teenager, even buying jerseys wasn't really a thing. I mean, you just didn't buy jerseys. It wasn't a thing. So I really didn't buy my first one until, I don't know, I already had my son at that point, but it was Chipper Jones, to be cliche, I guess, as a Braves fan. It was Chipper. But it was probably, 2009 or 10. I mean, it was, it just wasn't a thing for us. It would have been Dale Murphy. Had jerseys been a thing when I was a kid, it definitely would have been Dale Murphy. I was a huge Murphy fan.
That's awesome. What about for you, Chris?
I'm with Jason. I don't think I bought one when I was a little kid. So probably the first one I was able to buy was probably a Mattingly, or got as a gift, was a Mattingly jersey. I still got it. I think it's the blue one, the batting practice jersey. I have,
nice.
Now I got a bunch of them, but I think that Mattingly was my first one.
Nice. Mine was Jason Varitek. I got the green Red Sox jersey. That was my very first one. But I still have it, actually. It's like 30 years old. It's insane. Ivan says Don Mattingly, number 23. Can't even fit it into it anymore. Mike Reed says T-shirt was Trot Nixon. Jersey was Dustin Pedroia. Nice. Roberto Alomar. From which team, though? He's got like 18 teams to choose from. Which Alomar jersey? Ed never had one. Proud of that fact. Pretty cool. Your co-host is with you, Jason Chipper Jones. Yep. First jersey was Cincinnati Reds jersey with no name on the back. So nice. Good old.
What number?
18. Probably no number either. Like the 1876 Reds. Just
the Red Stockings or the Red Legs or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. So awesome. Pretty cool. Also, the Blue Jays Alomar jerseys. I liked those Blue Jays jerseys. Those were sick
nice.
jerseys.
Those were nice.
I would never wear one, but it's a very nice jersey.
Yeah,
The
the
Blue
two
Jays were
jerseys,
really good in that time.
two jerseys I have in my closet still, Veritek and Andrew McCutcheon. Those are the two that I have. So, and I have a couple Nick Arno jerseys in there. I don't know if you've heard of him, but yeah, played for the Cubs and the Pirates. You know, Southern Maine Men's Baseball League. He was a good player back in the day.
Nobody poured a
Anyways.
cup of water like that guy.
It's facts. No one
And
stood in
Gatorade
the-
too. He had Gatorade too. Don't forget about that. He had
It-
many flavors, orange slices, you name it. He came prepared.
just in case my blood sugar went low, man. No other player manager that can just sit in the coach box and just wave them home. You know, that was me.
Yeah, there was no better
Yeah.
team mom in the men's league than Nick Arno.
Facts. So, all right. Before we get into trivia again, this is all coming out hopefully within the next week. So if you don't follow these pages, please do so. So we got Big League Takes, the 9521 Braves podcast, which is hosted by Jason, Clearing the Bases, which is all of us that you saw tonight on one show. Nostalgic Baseball Geezer, follow his page. Bullpen Sessions, also headed up by Jason, where he kind of picks us off one by one, and we have like a nice one-on-one conversation about a certain topic that changes changes
one of
every
those-
week.
Is one of those topics whip?
Yeah, it will be now. Yeah, for sure.
That's Bullpen Sessions After Dark.
Oh,
But-
got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's the paid
Yes.
version. Got it.
Yeah.
Understood.
Friday nights at 11:30, but it's scrambled on your TV. You have to look through the line.
I mean, I
A
think
lot of these young kids have no idea what you just said, but
No
Yeah,
idea.
but everybody that got that joke is at least 45 years old.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And you're our people.
Yep, absolutely.
Yes, for sure.
For
sure. Absolutely.
And then follow NYMLB Talk. You guys are on YouTube and you're on X, correct, Chris?
correct.
Okay, so check them out, subscribe to them, and then Baseball History Dork as well on Facebook. So check these guys out. They all do an incredible job, as you see here tonight. And we're planning to be live almost every single night with one of these shows, or two of the shows. I think on Tuesday, Chris and I are still trying to work that schedule out a little bit, but it's going to be absolutely incredible. So follow these pages if you haven't, and then just keep your eye out for when we start to air them. All right. Who is this guy? Harrison put them together. You guys can jump in if you know the answer right away. The chat loves these. So Harrison, take it away.
Yeah. So who was that guy? So I got a mix here, but I went with some deeper polls because this is a pretty smart group that will move right through those kind of level 1, level 2 choices. So I got a couple here that are easier. I got a couple here that are much deeper polls. I think they'll be fun. A decent amount of history here too. So let's see how we do. All right, number 1. Played for 13 seasons between 1970 and 1982. Played for the Cardinals, Royals, and Braves. NL saves leader in 1975 and the Sporting News NL Fireman of the Year in 1975. Best known for the routine where he'd turn his back on the hitter, pound the ball into his glove, work himself into a visible rage, then spin around and fire. Who is that guy?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Mad Hungarian, right? Was his
Yeah.
nickname?
That
Yep.
is absolutely his nickname.
Yep.
Anybody know his real name?
Jason, you got his name.
it's
I'll butcher it.
Bonus.
Is it Roboski? Roboski?
It is.
Yep.
Roboski.
Yeah.
Al.
Al. Yep.
It is.
Nice.
Al Roboski. So career record of 64 and 35, 97 saves, a 3.10 ERA, 548 strikeouts, 10.3 WAR, and quite the reputation.
Yeah. Just pretty awesome. Yeah, everybody got that pretty much in the chat. Nice job. Mad Hungarian. Nice.
All right. So now we're started off easy. We're gonna begin to turn up the heat a little bit here. So, all right, next one for you. Played for 14 seasons between 1972 and 1985. Played for the Orioles and the Padres. AL Rookie of the Year in 73, All-Star in 1980, and a World Series champion in 1983. Best known for earning a Bronze Star as an Army platoon leader in Vietnam before he ever played a big league game. Who is that guy?
Al Bunbury? No.
It is.
Really?
It is.
Yeah,
All
nice,
right, good
Chris.
guess, Chris.
That is
There
Al
we
Bunbury.
go.
Wow.
Love it.
Al
Nice.
Bunbury.
Well done, Chris.
Career
Well
average of
done.
281, 54 home runs, 402 RBIs, 343 OBP, and a 24.5 WAR.
I was thinking Orioles, so I'm like, all right, which guy does that look like on the Orioles? That doesn't look like Ken Singleton, and I don't think he played for the Padres, so
Wow.
he's the only other guy I know.
Nice. A great pull.
That was great.
That
That is
was
a great
good.
pull.
Great.
Nice. Yeah, I would have been here all night for that one. Nice.
Oh man.
Most of the
Oh.
chat got that too. Nice work.
Yeah,
fellas.
chat's lighting up. Chat's good. These guys are really good. So, all right. Played for 17 seasons between 1969 and 1986. Played for the Senators and Rangers, Indians, and Yankees. 4-time All-Star. Best known for being the last player ever to bat for the expansion Washington Senators and the last member of that franchise to play in MLB. Who is that guy?
Oh, I know it.
Oh, I got this one too.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Yeah,
Give
you
chat
got
a
it,
minute.
Yeah.
Give chat a minute.
Mr.
He's,
Mr.
he's
Palindrome.
infielder, right? Infielder,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, Mr. Palindrome.
He
Palindrome.
also. Oh wait, didn't he? Wasn't he a part of the?
Back to
When he
back
was-
inside the park home runs.
Yes. That's
Mhm.
what I was thinking of.
Yep. Yeah, we've had that trivia question on too. And who was the other guy? Oh crap. I can't think of the other guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody in the chat's got it. So go ahead.
The pitcher gave it away. I have to say.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes we blur them out. Sometimes we just have like just the picture of the guy, but yes, it looks like Nick Nolte. Yeah. No, it is
It
Toby.
totally does.
Yeah. Kind of.
It is Toby Hurrah. So yeah, nice.
All right.
Yeah. Average of
Hurrah.
264, 195 home runs, 918 RBIs, 365 OBP, and 51.4 WAR.
Not a
Pretty,
bad
uh,
career.
Not a bad little stat line there.
Yeah. Toby Hurrah.
And his- And as Nick would like to point out, his WAR is higher than Harold Baines. So, anyways, moving on.
I
All
always
right,
like
next
to
one.
point that out. My war's
is-
higher than Harold Baines.
Yeah, fair. All right. This one is a slam dunk. Everybody should get it. Played for 12 seasons between 1979 and 1990. Played for the Royals, Cardinals, and Giants. 3-time All-Star, World Series champion in 1985, and a 5-time AL saves leader. Best known for a submarine delivery that came at hitters from down near the dirt and for setting the single season saves record with 45 in 1983. Who is that guy?
This guy was unhittable for a while, man. When he was with the
Yeah.
Royals, he was so good. It's a shame he died right after he retired. I think he had a brain tumor or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all know this guy.
Look
Yeah.
at that release though. Like, how is his arm not broken?
I don't know how any of these guys do it.
It was like him and then Chad Bradford that would like scrape his knuckles off the
Oh.
ground pretty much.
Yeah.
Brutal.
But you know what?
Yeah.
When you throw it like that, kind of like underneath, like you put less pressure on your shoulder, right? Because when you
Yeah.
throw it this way, you're putting your arm in not a natural position. This way,
Mhm.
you know, when you throw underhand like that, it's, you know, that's why you see a lot of guys. I remember, I don't know if he said it, but I remember seeing Ripken a lot do that. He was the first guy I noticed when I was younger at short, where when he knew the guy was out, when he knew he had time, he would just flip it over there, sidearm it over there. And I think someone said it, or he said it, that was his way of kind of, saving his shoulder a little bit. But his arm should be broken in this picture for sure.
Yeah.
But it definitely saves your shoulder when you throw it
Well,
that way.
It's why you see a lot of the softball pitchers that they don't experience
Yeah.
arm injuries and they can pitch on 3 days rest all the time because
Right.
it's just a more natural motion.
And throw like 150 pitches.
Oh,
Yeah.
my
You
goodness.
see the girls do it in the
Yep.
Women's World Series.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, you guys are having Marshall Garvey on your show again on Thursday, right? And
Yeah.
to kind of talk about the Royals team and stuff like that. So, yeah, I know we had Charlie Liebrandt on our show and with Marshall to talk about the whole 85 World Series, and that was incredible. but the amount of pitchers they used in that series is just mind-numbing to me. It was 7. They used 7 pitchers for a 7-game series. It's just
You could have one game now, right?
2 innings, if you will.
Yeah.
I mean, it is such a different game. It's so
Yeah,
crazy.
and
But
Scott's got a good point. Can you pronounce this name, Nick? Who's
No.
this player?
I'm gonna move on.
Why Nick has a problem with that name?
Kent Tuckleby.
Oh,
Colby.
Tuckleby, yeah.
I said Takulve, and I got absolutely roasted.
Roasted
For like
Roasted
3
by
weeks straight.
He almost got subpoenas from the show, but
I did, for sure.
anyways, so
Yep.
so moving right along, we all know this is Dan Quisenberry. So
Yep.
career record of 56 and 46, 244 saves, 276 ERA, 379 strikeouts, and a 24.5 WAR, and one of the craziest deliveries you'll ever see.
It looks like on this card they were like, "Hey Dan, we can't get your entire body into the picture. Could you just bend your arm backwards for us?" Thanks.
Right,
Oh,
yeah.
great. Thanks. That's perfect.
Just squeeze in there.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Next one for you. Played for 14 seasons between 1977 and 1990. Played for the Dodgers, Astros, Giants, Brewers, and Mariners. 2-time All-Star, NLCS MVP in 1987. Best known for a one-armed home run trot that infuriated the entire National League. Who is that guy?
What's his name? I know exactly who it is. He did the flap down, right? Like his,
The one flap down. Yep, that's
right.
him.
Oh, what's his name?
I mean, to the point where like pitchers used to hit him because they hated his trot so much. One flap down.
I'm not looking at the chat because I'm trying to guess it.
Well, it's
Yeah,
in
no.
chat already because Ivan is a baseball genius.
What's his first name?
Starts with the
J.
Jay. Oh man.
There was a giraffe for Toys R Us had a similar sounding first name.
Spelled different.
Oh,
'Cause he
oh
was-
my god, it's right here.
He actually technically had 2 first names.
Yeah, that's it. I see it.
Yeah, he sees it. He looks at it. Yeah,
I see it now, and I don't want to.
Yeah, everybody in the chat got it. Jeffrey
Yeah,
Leonard is
good job,
the
good
correct
job.
answer.
Yeah, Jeffrey Leonard.
Yeah.
Career average of 266, 144 home runs, 723 RBIs, a 312 OVP, and a 9.9 WAR.
Still higher than Harold Baines. All right, moving on.
And this is a great point from Ivan too. I wanted to make. He hit 4 home runs in that LCS, and they still lost. And he's still the last player to win the LCS MVP and be on the losing team.
Mm.
Dude was a monster in that series, and it wasn't enough.
Yeah, crazy. All right.
All right, here we go. Next one. Played for 15 seasons between 1976 and 1991. Played for the Red Sox, Blue Jays, Braves, and Orioles. All-Star in 1985 and elected to the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame. Best known for hitting 3 home runs on September 14th, 1987, in the game where his team set the all-time Major League record with 10. Who is that guy?
Oh, I know this one. He's a catcher, right?
Yes, he is.
Jason should get this one, right? Because he played for the Braves. Probably for a cup of coffee, but
I'm having a hard time with that one.
This
to me, I don't remember
Oh,
him playing for the
duh.
Braves. I'll be honest.
I think I know who it is, but I didn't think he was a Brave either. Got me on that one.
Yeah, I just remember him playing for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, he was in Atlanta for 1 season.
Yep, chat's definitely got it. I was drawing
they
a
got
blank.
it.
It's
They got
it's Ernie Witt. Nice
and
job. Yeah,
I didn't-
It
Ernie
was
Witt.
all Toronto. Then he spent 1 season in each of the places, and he was a part-time player, so you didn't see him a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Nice.
it is absolutely Ernie Witt, which with like the most uncomfortable looking left-handed swing I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Career average of 249, 134 home runs, 534 RBIs, 324 OBP, and an 18.3 WAR. And yes, he was a catcher.
Love it. I miss the old baseball cards like that. Those scores,
I
the
know.
tops, all the old ones. They're incredible. I'm glad they're worth like a penny a piece now.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. This player was electric, and Nick, this one is pretty much for you. So, played for 9 seasons between 1996 and 2004. Played for the Mets, Devil Rays, and Cubs. 3-time Gold Glove Award winner. Best known for defecting from the Cuban national team, then turning shortstop into a must-see television with a glove that made up for almost no bat. Who is that guy?
Yeah.
I know.
Loved watching this guy play shortstop. This guy was incredible.
He could barely hit to save his life, but
Right.
put a glove on that guy's hand and he was something else.
Has he got like
Yeah.
10 career home runs, I think? Did he get double digits? I think he barely
12.
got there. 12. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the chat's going to get this one pretty easy.
Yeah.
But
Ray
he was a
Ordonez
highlight
was
reel every night.
Yes.
Yes. He was insane. Yeah. Ray Ordonez. Everybody in the chat got it. Nice work.
Yeah, Ray Ordonez, career average of 246, 12 home runs, 287 RBIs, 289 OBP, and a 1.2 WAR player. Because offensively, he was nothing. It was all glove.
Dang.
246 is actually not bad now, right?
Well, no, yeah, he just played in the wrong era, guys.
Yeah.
His
top
WAR
of the-
would be
top of the
so
league.
much higher, I think, now, right? If he
Yes.
played now,
It'd be way higher.
yeah.
Insane. And you think about it, it wasn't even that long ago, and it's changed
No.
that much.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yep.
Crazy. Nuts.
All right, here's one for you, Jason. Played for 17 seasons between 1978 and 1994. Played for the Phillies, Cardinals, Royals, Braves, Pirates, and Orioles. All-Star in 1982 and a 3-time World Series champion. Best known for being the only player to reach the World Series with 4 teams, and for the nickname he earned, falling down in the outfield. Who is that guy?
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yep. I know that.
Jason's got that.
Yep. I know him.
Yeah. Do
1991.
you know the nickname?
I don't remember the
Yeah, I don't
nickname.
remember the nickname
I
either.
just remember the World Series, being deked, and he should have scored.
Mm,
Did
Yeah,
not.
it's against
Oh,
the
right.
Twins.
yeah.
Yeah, Lonnie Smith.
Yeah. Lot.
Yeah, I hate him.
Yep. Lonnie Smith is for sure. Nice job,
Yeah.
chat. Nice
Yeah.
job.
The nickname was Skates.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, career average of 288,
Okay.
98 home runs, 533 RBIs, 371 OBP, 38.5 WAR. Good old Lonnie Smith of the Braves.
Dang.
Bonnie,
Alright.
I hate Home Smith. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good. All right, here we go. Played for 16 seasons between 1995 and 2011. Played for the Rockies, Marlins, Dodgers, Diamondbacks, and Brewers. NLCS MVP in 2001 and the 2-time World Series champion. Best known for scoring the winning run in Game 7 of the 1997 World Series, then being on base when a single ended another Game 7. Who is that guy?
I
I didn't even
he's a
need-
manager now, isn't he?
Yeah, I didn't even
He
need a
is.
picture for this one.
Looks familiar.
Yeah.
Looks familiar.
And he has a pretty interesting batting stance as well, right?
Yes.
It was unique. It
Yeah,
was
unique for sure.
I-
So, but I had to find some players for all of you guys, and this was an obvious one if we're gonna have a Yankees fan on.
Thanks.
Thanks. Brought back all the good memories.
It's
Oh,
right, because I'm gonna close it. I'm gonna close it with another good one for you, Chris. Don't worry.
Oh, great.
Anyways,
So, yeah,
yes,
Craig Counsell.
this is
yeah.
Craig Counsell. Career average of 255, 42 home runs, 390 RBIs, 342 OBP, and a 22.3 WAR.
Yeah. I still don't understand how over time you're progressing your baseball career, how your batting stance gets to this. Like
Yeah,
I don't
right.
understand at any point, like, hey, how about let's try this, right? Let's put your hands up as high as they can go. But keep them on the bat, but just put them up as high as they can go. How does that
So-
it's
Well,
weird. I
he
don't know.
actually told the story not that long ago about how he got to that point. Because they're asking him about one of the players that was, I think, slumping, and he said, "Well, one of the ways I broke out of my slump was when I changed my stance." And he did that because he said I had to get my hands in a place where they were out of the way, so I get myself set. He goes, so I made myself uncomfortable and did that as a way to train my hands to get in a position. He goes, then I just kept the stance. He's like, it literally started as I was doing a drill to force my hands to get set. He goes, and then I found I was really comfortable doing it, so I just kept doing it.
Yeah,
He
it
goes,
looked
and if
completely
you watch my
comfortable.
career, as my hands got further up, my batting average went up. That's like, okay.
All right. I mean, I can't really say anything. He was a professional baseball player.
Kids
so if it
do
worked,
not
it worked.
watch him bat. That's all I'm going to say.
No, don't.
Yeah.
Any young
Yeah.
kid, do not watch him bat.
Yeah.
Wild.
It was uncomfortable, but
Yeah.
all right. Yankees fans love this one. So played for 11 seasons between 2003 and 2013. Played for the Yankees, White Sox, Rockies, Phillies, and Pirates. All-Star in 2006 and a World Series champion in 2005. Best known for defecting from Cuba, sparking a Yankees-Red Sox bidding war, then clinching a pennant for a third team. Who is that guy?
Contreras, right?
I think-
You would be correct.
Yeah, Jose Contreras. Was he the no? That was Pineda, right? The pine tar guy on his neck.
Yeah, it was
Was that
Pineda.
Pineda?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phew,
Yeah,
that was
Pine
so
tar on his neck.
God, that was embarrassing.
That was
It was-
terrible.
What?
It was
What are you
literally.
what? I
This
love
huge
that. What?
smear.
What? That's
Oh,
nothing.
Contreras.
So the two moments I remember most for the Yankees were Joba Chamberlain getting eaten to death by the midgies in Cleveland, and then Pineda with the pine tar on his neck. Those are my two favorites.
God, I hated that.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So,
That
yeah,
was Joe
Jose
Torre's
Contreras.
one big moment that he said he regrets the most, not pulling the team off the field.
That was wild.
That was. We've never seen it since. Like it happened
No.
once in 1,000 years here, and it's against the Yankees, of course.
Yeah, I mean Chamberlain couldn't even see through the cloud of those things to see home plate to begin.
No,
Not that he could throw it over home plate most of the time, but like he couldn't see it if he was trying.
But he definitely did not recover after that incident. He probably just had PTSD every time he went out on the mound.
maybe, yeah.
God, man.
The dude
Crazy.
bathed himself in bug spray. on the
That
way
was
out the
when
door
he
every
was
day.
so good too, though. Like
He was good.
when he first came up as the setup guy, he was so good. I thought when he first came up, I thought, man, this guy's going to take over for Rivera when Rivera retires eventually. But they made him into a starter. That's why I wanted to get him on the show so bad. I had a conversation with him, and I thought I had him, and I didn't get him. But I wanted to talk to him, like the whole Jabba thing, the Jabba rules thing. Like, was that? Did he push to be a starter, or did they say, "Hey, we want you to be a starter"? And like, I wonder what that whole conversation was back then.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like I feel like we're watching the same thing possibly unfold with Mason Miller, who's been like electric, and everybody's like, "Oh, he could be
Yeah.
a starter. He could be a starter. He could be a starter." It's like maybe he doesn't need to be a starter.
Right.
We don't need to. Maybe we don't need to go down that road.
Don't touch him.
Right.
This guy is dominant. Don't touch.
Really, really good. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is all we have for tonight. We'll bring up the chat real quick. Do you fellas have anything you would want to bring to the show? Anything that happened this past weekend or with your team, any team, baseball news that you would want to bring up? Chat usually comes up with a couple questions, so the floor is yours. Anything for you, Harrison?
I got a couple things. I always have a couple things for you, but have you seen? And I'm just trying to. There it is. Okay, here it is. Kinley Rasmus, this two-way star of the Little League Baseball World Series.
No.
So she became the first girl
Oh,
to
yes.
notch 8 strikeouts in a game since Monet Davis in 2014. This girl is electric on the mound, at the plate, in the field. She's become must watch for Little League Baseball, and it's awesome to see this girl go out there and have the success that she's had. But interestingly enough, she is the daughter of former major leaguer Corey Rasmus, and we all know her uncle Colby Rasmus, who played 10 years in the majors. She has been in that baseball family for a long time, growing up on Major League Baseball fields.
Yeah. Dang.
But she is a weapon in the Little League World Series.
I've seen them. They've talked about her, but I haven't seen her play yet. So I'll have to check it out. Who is she? Which team is she on?
She is with the Southeast team, which is out of, where are they out of? I don't remember where they're out of.
Okay. Well, Southeast, so it's fine. Georgia,
I like
South
what
Carolina.
Marty just
Florida.
wrote. Where is he? Oh, the Astros are tanking their toast. You know what? In the American League, I don't think you can. Right now, right? I mean, how many teams are in it? So as much as I want to say, yeah, they're not playing their best ball, but who really is in the American League? I mean, everybody from the Tigers up, right? The Tigers are 3.5 games out of a playoff spot. And there's the Mariners, the Orioles, the Twins, the Blue Jays, and the Rangers are all in it above them. So how many teams are in it in the American League? And the Astros are actually in first place right now, and they're tanking. So that's actually not bad.
Well,
Yeah.
and what's scary right now is you have 2 teams under 500 in the AL playoffs right now. You have the Astros, who are leading the division at 65 and 66, and you got the Guardians, who would be the last wild card, also at 65 and 66. You now have 2 sub 500 teams in playoff spots.
And this will be the first time ever, right, that we see
Yeah.
a playoff team.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to happen this year because
It's not good.
Right?
I think we looked it up. The worst record to make the playoffs was the Padres, and they were 82 and 80.
Okay.
So yeah, absolutely insane. But
So we've been close, but we could have not just
Yeah.
one. We could end up having 2.
That's a good. You're right. I was going to say that's a good like over and under. Is the third wild card going to be higher or less than 82 wins?
at this point, I think it's.
Under,
Well,
right?
I'm thinking the under.
Is the AL West division winner going to be under or over 82 wins?
No
Good
idea.
point.
That's even sadder.
Goodness.
Yeah, I don't think so. The Astros got 65 wins right now. Are they going to win?
they're-
What?
They're game under 500, sitting
Yeah.
in first place. Sad. It's really sad.
Yeah. Brandon asked a good question here. Someone had a post about Nolan Ryan. Do you think he's overrated? People say he played for so long, but I feel like we don't give him credit for it. He was my generation's Bob Gibson. He would throw the high fastball and tight or high and tight and didn't care. Do you guys feel like Nolan Ryan's overrated?
If I was picking anything, I would think he's underrated.
Yeah, I think it's one of those popular topics. People like to sound smart. They're like, Nolan Ryan's overrated. Like, longevity is a good thing, like especially for a pitcher. Like, you should be punished for longevity. And yeah, he had a lot of walks, but all those strikeouts, man. No, I agree with Chris. If anything, he's probably underrated because people like to say that he's overrated for whatever reason. But yeah, I don't think he's underrated at all.
Yeah.
And he's thrown the most no hitters, most 1-hitters, 2-hitters, and 3-hitters in history.
Yeah.
It's so crazy, man. Like, what is the 1-hitters? It's like 12, 13, something like that. It's insane. 7
It's
no-hitters, 13 1-hitters. It's disgusting. That's gross.
How is he overrated? Like, I don't know who's. I don't think you could overrate this guy. I mean, look at his
They talk
career
about the
ERA,
walk.
3.1.
They talk about the walks either, Chris.
Yeah, I know.
I used to get that a lot too on the page. I'd post something about Ryan, and inevitably that would be in the comments. I just think it's silly. I just think it's silly.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
But Marty met Nolan several times in Alvin. Great dude.
Oh, nice.
Kind of cool. Yeah, Scott says he's underrated. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I hate the longevity comment to say like a guy's, he only achieved that because he played for 30 years. Like that's part of it.
Yeah.
Like that's like he was able to do that because he played that many years. Like that's an accomplishment in itself. So yeah, and Nolan Ryan never won a Cy Young. That's the crazy part, right? Nolan
Yes.
Ryan, 7 no-hitters, no Cy Youngs. Was it Roger Clemens, no hitters, 7 Cy Youngs? I think is the opposite of that.
2, 3,
Like,
4,
crazy.
5.
I was always one of the people in the camp of I think Nolan Ryan is a little bit overrated. I think people think of him as just like pitching god. Struck out a lot of guys, walked a lot of guys, gave him a fair amount of runs, didn't win a lot of games. He was on some terrible teams, which doesn't help. but he was a guy who was either going to one hit you or get lit up by you, and he had a lot of bad nights, plenty of good nights. But he was kind of a novelty in the sense that he pitched so much for so long, threw really hard at the time, but didn't know where it was going half the time. And it just, to me, he was a guy that I think he's more of a, it's the story of Nolan Ryan, it's the aura of Nolan Ryan, but it's not really Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan was a good major league pitcher that struck a lot of guys out, but was not like a dominant force. Like I look at a guy like Randy Johnson. Randy Johnson was going to be Nolan Ryan until he learned how to pitch. And then he became a guy that would shut you down night after night after night after night.
Yep, me too.
Taken off my Christmas card list. And I love Nolan Ryan, don't get me wrong, but like when I think of like that upper echelon elite pitchers, Nolan Ryan ain't in it. For me, he's not in it.
But
Is
I
it
don't
the
think
walks? Is it the walks that does it for you? Is it?
I mean,
is it that the lack of control?
If you follow Nolan's career path, like, you know, he'd have these years of near 4 ERAs, and then all of a sudden he dropped down under 3 again. Like he was all over the place. And I get it. Like he was on some really terrible teams. So like I don't blame him for all the losses. He took a ton of losses he shouldn't have taken.
I mean, it's too late.
Just for the record.
I mean, 397, 228, 287, 289, 345, 336, 277, 335, 169. He wasn't. That's not that inconsistent, Harris. I mean,
only one year he went over 4 for his ERA,
Yeah.
by the way. And it was his last year at
4700
46 years old.
Yeah, 3.19 ERA. I'll just leave it there.
Like I wouldn't put him in the top 10 as greatest pitchers of all time. So I don't know if that what people are saying, and then people are saying, "Oh, that's too, you're rating him too high." So, but I definitely wouldn't say he's overrated. I'll say it that way. Would you put him in the top 20, top 30?
Maybe. I mean, he's probably not in my top 25. He might be in my top 30, but like I look at, I mean, he might not have been top 5 or 10 for the window of time he pitched. I mean, he also pitched in an era of baseball that was offensively challenged. Like he should have been dominating. Those guys didn't hit for shit in the 80s. Like nobody hit in the 80s. Like he also had a
except for the
generation
2 guys that they've kept out of the Hall of Fame, but besides that.
right. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of factors to me that I kind of look at Nolan Ryan and go, look, Nolan Ryan was a great pitcher, kind of a novelty. But like if I'm starting a team tomorrow and I need to put a rotation of 5 guys together, I can pick anybody. He ain't going to be in that group. Like, and I'm not even thinking about him.
I mean, everybody can be wrong. It's fine. We can all have our own takes at times.
Thank you.
Like I'm not carrying a banner for Nolan Ryan. I just think, I think he's better than what you're giving him credit for. And I don't think we can. I mean, if we're going to start punishing players for the era they played in, then we got to go back into a whole lot of adjustments for a whole lot of different eras. I mean,
Well, I think
played
we had
baseball
punished
between
players.
1900 and 1919. Pitchers dominated back then. Are we going to take away credit for Walter Johnson? I mean, I don't know. Like, get in the weeds with that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, I might do on my trivia questions. I just say post 1920, so I just get rid of all those guys.
Well, yeah,
anyway.
we actually work away from it because that's, people, they pitched, they threw a, what do you call it, Nick, a glorified sock, and
Yeah,
they
taped
pitched,
up
they
stock.
pitched 7 times a week. And it's like, well, yeah, they did. The game was different.
I started doing that, like live ball era stats, and of course, then there'd be somebody like, "Why did you leave out the first 20 years of baseball?" I'm like, you can't win. You can't win. You put them in there, somebody complains, and if you don't, they complain. So,
well, I did like a stolen base trivia segment, and I did post 1900 because it's just like I don't physically know what baseball looked like in 1880s. I mean, Michael Simpson does; he was there, but I don't. Right. So like I was just like post 1900 because like High Pockets McGee, like no one knows who High Pockets McGee, and how did he steal 698 bases in 1 year? Like I just no, I'm gonna leave those stats out. So
old ball was sandlot ball. I mean, that's a great way to say it. They were playing on fields that were not very good with equipment that was absolutely archaic. Swinging telephone poles at rolled up socks. way different game.
Yeah, for sure. So, all right. Well, you have anything else, fellas?
No.
Yeah, we covered a lot tonight. That's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, we do every night, Chris. This is what
Yeah.
we usually dig in for a good 2.5 hours. But thank you so much for joining us. Like I said, we are so excited to get this cranking. We are going to have a show every week. The tentative schedule right now would be rounding third on Sunday, 9-5-2-1 on Mondays, bullpen sessions Tuesday, Wednesday's clearing the bases. Thursday would be NYMLB talk and rounding third on Thursdays. And then Friday, Saturday might fill in some stuff. MLB talk is also on at 3 to 4 on Mondays, I believe.
Yes.
Right, Chris?
Yeah, Monday.
So they have like a little daytime matinee for all you folks out there.
Yeah.
And everybody does an incredible job. You guys are going to love all the shows. So tune in when you can. Add your 2 cents. As you saw tonight, we're all very like-minded when it comes to what we want this to be. We're just finally all heading in the same direction together, and we really want to blow this thing up. So these two guys are a huge part of it. You saw Rob and Michael earlier. You'll see some other guys filter in through here too, but really, really appreciate it. Every time you guys come to the chat, you make the show for what it is. So pretty dang awesome. We will see you guys Thursday night, Wednesday night, clearing the bases actually, and then Thursday. Tune into these guys the rest of the week, and we'll see you when we see you.